My name is Antonia Romeo, and I'm the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Justice and Clerk of the Crown in Chancery. The Clerk of the Crown in Chancery is an ancient office dating back many centuries, and the role is integrally bound with the exercise of the functions under the Great Seal of the realm. With support from Crown Office, I discharge my duties regarding the use of the Great Seal and the preparation of royal warrants, letters patent, creating a peerage or other appointment under the direction of the Lord Chancellor, who is the keeper of the Great Seal of the realm. The position of the Clerk of the Crown in Chancery evolved from the medieval office of the Chancery, and the first individual known to be designated as Clerk of the Crown in Chancery was Benedict Normanton in 1331. One of the traditional roles of the Clerk of the Crown in Chancery is to produce a coronation roll, an ancient state document that records a complete narrative of the coronation service and associated ceremonial decisions. The earliest existing coronation roll dates from the coronation of Edward II and Queen Isabella in 1308, and there's been one for every reign since then. I've been lucky enough to view various rolls, including Edward II's, Queen Victoria's, and Her late Majesty's Queen Elizabeth II's, thanks to conservators at the National Archives. The moment of greatest significance for me was when the Archbishop of Canterbury placed the St Edward's crown on His Majesty's head and exclaimed, "God save the King." To then hear the bells of the Abbey ringing and the gun salutes fired in Horse Guards parade was an extraordinary moment that I don't think I will ever forget. The thing I was most focused on was ensuring we captured all the detail, and the most sacred moment of the ceremony, which is when the screens went up and the King was behind the screens with the Archbishop. I was very keen to ensure that we were capturing all the moments of that, and actually that was the moment when Zadok the priest was playing, and it felt like a very special privilege to be in the Abbey with Zadok the priest playing, with that kind of very sacred and historic thing happening. That was extraordinary. One of the things I was really keen to do was to give a sense of the occasion, a sense of how it felt to be in the Abbey, a sense of how it looked to be in the Abbey, and that sort of thing, of course, isn't written in the order of service. So thinking about the flowers, but also the feelings, and the words you use, I think, when writing the role are really important. The adjectives you're using to describe things, the way you're describing people's actions can give a real sense of the occasion, and that's really what I wanted to do in the role. So this is the traditional Clerk of the Crown in Chancery uniform, and of course it's a clerk's uniform. So I've got the clerk's gown as well as the traditional kind of quite similar to parliamentary dress, actually, formal dress for occasions like the coronation. And I also have a sword that the Clerk of the Crown in Chancery's sword, although I didn't wear that in the Abbey because it's not normally worn in the Abbey, so I didn't wear it to the coronation itself. His Majesty was very keen, of course, that the coronation itself was both steeped in tradition and history, but also was looking to the future and making it relevant to the generations of today. And I really wanted the role to do the same thing, so capturing things in a traditional way, and the physical role is very much a traditional artifact, but also the interactive version that's going to be online. I want to be a really kind of educational, give an educational perspective to people who perhaps wouldn't otherwise be able to see the role, or people who otherwise wouldn't even know that much about the coronation. And the fact that it's going to be available for everyone, digital form, and able to interact with it to understand more about particular bits, I hope will bring more of a sense of the history of the coronation to everyone in the country.